Hey guys, it's Mr. Mock, and we're going to go ahead and do today's topic. I can add, subtract, multiply, and divide functions. And I've listed 3 functions for you right there at the top. I'm going to go ahead and highlight those real quick. So we've got this one, and this one. So it's f of x equals 2x plus 1. Then we have the function g of x equals negative 4x. And then we have h of x equals negative 5x plus 7. So those are our 3 functions that we're going to be working with for this quick lesson. And we're going to be adding, subtracting, and multiplying and dividing those 3 functions. So if we look at the first problem here, all right, the first one is f of x plus h of x. Right? And I leave a little note here that says this can also be written as, and it says, if you can take a look here, it's got parentheses around the function of f and h will be added together in terms of x. Right? So f of x plus h of x. So there's 2 ways to write that. There's this way that you see there, and then also this way that you see here, that with the f and the h and the parentheses and the x on the outside. All right? Those mean the same thing. All right? So we're going to go ahead and add the function f of x plus h of x. So we need to write down what is f of x. F of x is 2x plus 1. So let's go ahead and write that down. And I'll write that just in black here. So you're going to do 2x plus 1. And then we're adding plus. And then h of x, if we look back over here, is negative 5x plus 7. Negative 5x plus 7. Negative 5x plus 7 is what we're adding. Okay? So when you look at that, that's just like a normal expression that we've seen before. 2x plus 1 plus negative 5x plus 7. So you have the 2x and the negative 5x. Well, that makes negative 3x. Right? And then you have a positive 1 and a positive 7. That makes plus 8. And I know what you're thinking. Clearly, Mr. Mock, we can't be done. This has been a very difficult chapter. That can't be it because that just seems like it's too easy. Well, congratulations, you're done. It's that straightforward. Okay, you're just adding the 2 functions together. It sounds crazier than it is. So that's the first one. So let's move on. Time to go to number 2. All right. So number 2, I'll give you both ways again. So it's g of x minus f of x, or the function g minus the function f in terms of x. All right, and this other method, that second way, that or way that it's written, will come in handy when we go over some more stuff later in the week, okay? But for right now, you just be familiar with both ways to write it, okay? So now we're doing g of x minus f of x. G of x minus f of x. So we have to go look. G of x is negative 4x. So let's write that down. Boom. Okay. G of x is negative 4x. I want to zoom in a little bit so I can write a little bit nicer. Because it's important to me that I write nice. So negative 4x minus, now I'm going to put a parenthesis. All right, so I like to put parentheses in there to remind me that I'm subtracting a whole thing here, not just a single number, but I'm going to be subtracting that f of x, which is 2x plus 1. All right, minus 2x plus 1. All right, so where we're at now is we have to distribute that negative. So there's actually another step here. So we do negative 4x minus 2x minus 1. So they have to distribute that negative through so that we now have negative 4x and negative 2x is negative 6x minus 1. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. It's that straightforward. All right? So that's the second one. I've got 2 more problems to do real quick. Alright, so now we're going to do g of x times h of x. So there's both ways to look at that problem. Again, g of x times h of x. So now we're multiplying functions. G of x is that negative 4x, and h of x is negative 5x plus 7. Negative 5x plus 7, so let's write that down real quick. Parenthesis, negative 5x plus 7, and it was negative 4x for the g of x. Alright, so you're just multiplying those. And I know what you're thinking, Mr. Mock, is it just distributive property? It sure is. So let's go ahead and do that. Negative 4x times negative 5x is 20x squared, because negative times a negative is a positive. X times x is x squared. And then negative 4x times that positive 7 is a negative 28x. And yeah, we're done. That's it. You just multiplied those two functions together. I'm very proud of you. Way to go. And so that's it for the second or the third one. Finally, let's go ahead and divide two functions. Move my screen one more time. I've got f of x over g of x. F of x over g of x. G of x is that negative 5x plus 7. And f of x is 2x plus 1. G of x is negative 5x plus 7. So let's go ahead and write this one down. And I ran out of my paper picture, so I'll just write on the screen on below. And I'll have 2x, so f of x is 2x. Oops, need my marker. 2x plus 1 over negative 5x plus 7, and then we can't simplify that. That's it. We're done. We can't simplify those x's. There's no common factor to all parts of that particular problem. So that's it. That's all you're doing is just putting one function over the other. Now, we'll do more with this later in the week, but for right now, this is just the straightforward information. I hope this video helps. Your assignment was written on the blog right there underneath this video or above this video, and you're set to go. All right, kids. I'll talk to you later. Hope this helped.